Right, now back to us. I hope you all enjoyed that. I'd just like to say the technical difficulties at the start were the BBC and not our tech guys. So.
Yeah. And if anybody
they
wants
were blaming
to join
you, Paul, actually.
Yeah, if anybody wants to join the Sewell choir, you do actually have to sing, as opposed to that one that was obviously just stood there, waving your arms around, clapping occasionally.
So to our tech guys over there, if we could just have a small round of applause. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough.
There's a few more grey hairs behind there now.
They did ask for the wall to be a bit higher, so you couldn't see them at all. But. So now after that, I mean, obviously, that's a huge programme that they've announced, probably only a fraction of there, I reckon. And as Paul has said previously, it's our chance to get involved. Don't miss out. This is a one-off thing, 1 year, and the same goes for our programme that we're going to move on to now. Pre-season is what we've got, Si.
It is, yeah.
We've got our football kits ready, boots dusted off,
running up hills and all that kind of thing.
So this is what we have come up with. We're going to start in October with a culture book club. Now, I don't know if anyone else is in a book club, but I've heard it's just about drinking and then you read the occasional book, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So this is aimed at sort of looking back over some of the books that have informed the Sewell culture over many, many years. So we're going to form a little club, read some books, and have a little talk about it. And so we're going to launch it in October and see if we can string it out for the whole year.
Yeah. I think we've got some. We have got some books outside that are in a little bit of a library that we started a few years ago of the books that have really shaped the culture of the Sewell Group. And the idea is to really bring that to life, kick it off in October, and then it can run throughout 2017 for all those people who get involved. And probably imagine people maybe picking up a book and then meeting up maybe a month later to, as Martin says, probably discuss it, probably over a drink somewhere in a public house.
Absolutely.
I think one of the key bits is that we, I guess, as they kept saying in there, this is all about celebrating the culture of Hull as a city. What we've got to do is celebrate the culture of the Sewell Group as well, and make sure people come away from 2017 feeling, really engaged and really understanding what it is that makes our business special, and what part that culture plays in that. And don't worry, if you're like me and you don't really like reading books, you probably only get a chance to do them on a sun lounger when you're on holiday, then I understand that we will have audio versions, and we'll also probably be knitting in some YouTube videos as well for people to perhaps go and watch, TED Talks, those kind of things that are relevant to our culture. Okay, the next one. So November time. We're told by that point we should have our new uniforms. So for the estate side of the business, there's going to be a whole new uniform. For the retail part, the uniform is getting some City of Culture logoing on there. So what we're going to do is a bit of a play on the Spencer tunic idea, which was obviously the Sea of Hull. We sort of came up with the Sea of Sewell, or even better, Lake Geneva. So the idea would be that we get as many people down here.
I mean, we're not going to Geneva, Lake Geneva.
No, unfortunately. No, the budget for pre-season tour doesn't run to that. But yeah, the idea would be that we get as many people down here. Perhaps to some of our other iconic sites around the city. We've got some keen photographers. John Crichton's one that's keen to get involved. Jeff Smith as well, who are keen to get involved. And I understand Jeff's already negotiated a cherry picker, so we can get some nice aerial shots of getting as many people down here as possible. We just think it'll be a really good way to, I guess, launch the new uniform. Probably quite a good laugh as well, getting everybody together.
Fully clothed.
Yeah, and so people will, I imagine these photographs will become part of our business going forward. We'll probably have some big images up and around the group. So if you want to be part of that, then you need to get yourselves involved in that. And obviously, as with all of these, we will be sort of firming up the dates and getting communications out well in advance so that people can get along and get involved.
I mean, that more than any event is where we're going to need numbers, lots of people. So even if you don't want to get involved, you're going to have to anyway. We could probably do bribes with alcohol, I reckon, Simon.
No,
yeah.
Aren't we filming it sort of first thing on a Saturday morning? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So you can have a drink when you arrive.
Or maybe from the night before if we do it really early.
Yeah. I think bacon butties might be a better shout.
And then we've got Christmas event, which a bit in the style of City of Culture, because it's a bit further away. We're a bit looser on the detail of that at the moment.
We're not loose on the detail. We're keeping it top secret.
Oh, sorry. Have I given away the biggest secret?
You've got to create some suspense around these things. Yeah, it's very, very fluid at the moment. But we'd like to do something which I think would probably involve, I don't know, maybe an afternoon in the studio before Christmas, a bit of an opportunity for people to come in, a bit of a celebration. Those of you who are aware that we have formed a choir, so I think we'll probably be in line for doing some sort of performance at some point that might tie in with that.
Be the debut performance.
It could be, yes, yeah. Maybe some Christmas carols, bit of mulled wine, a few stalls, that kind of thing. So if anybody's keen on getting involved in that, then and really has got an idea of what we can do, then please feel free to share it. And that'll leave us really with the opportunity or the chance to hand things over to the first season, or the first proper season, being made in Hull, which from our perspective, or from mine and Martin's perspective anyway, is passing the baton over to Paul Sewell and Catherine Batch, who are responsible for that first season.
Good luck, Catherine.
And by baton, we actually mean passing over a big scrapbook, because what we're going to do as part of our legacy, which was a phrase you heard quite a lot in that presentation, was that we're going to create a scrapbook of our events during 2017. So obviously for the pre-season, we'll have those 3 events, and we'll try and capture as much as we can of those events, whether it's photos, whether it's people writing little book reviews of what they've taken about from one of the books that they've read, and we'll create this scrapbook, and the scrapbook will then be handed on to the next season, and they need to populate it with the events that they're going to be doing during their season. And then obviously the challenge will be for Catherine and Paul to fill that and then pass it on to whoever's doing the next one, which is Roots and Roots, which I think is Dave and Joe, isn't it, Dave? Yep. Dave's already coming up with ideas of what he needs to put in his scrapbook. Yeah, buzzing. Is that because your phone's on vibrate? So that really is our pre-season. As Martin said before, it's, as the City of Culture guys have said, it's all about us. It's all about us getting involved. You're obviously, great ambassadors for the business. The fact that you've bothered to turn up today to find out what's going on. So please do go back to your teams and let them know, not only about what's going on in the main event in 2017, but also make sure you share these headlines with the rest of your team as well. We'll make sure we ping this round afterwards so that everyone can see what's going to go on during the pre-season. And then, as you say, once we've firmed up on the dates for each of these, there'll be some separate communications and obviously telling people where things are going on and how to get signed up and get involved. But as we've said numerous times, this is a big investment for the business, and certainly from my perspective, I think we'll take care of the external, brand and opportunities for making sure our business is associated with what's going on around the city. But the challenge is for everybody in our business to get involved, and our 450 people to, I guess, perhaps try something that they wouldn't normally do. So if it's been a while perhaps since you've read a book, then there's a pretty good opportunity early on to get involved in the Culture Book Club, and also perhaps I guess join up some of the dots of maybe some of the phrases that you hear people say about our culture, and you never know, you might find actually once you've read one you think, actually I really enjoy this, and I'll stick with it, and I'll keep reading one every month, and perhaps even by the end of 2017, that group aren't just talking about the books that have already shaped our culture, but perhaps are already talking about some new ones and some different ones. So it is an opportunity for you to, I guess, for you to shape our culture as a business going forward. So please do get involved. Anything from you, Martin?
Apart from, can we get out of here before we melt?
I know, it is a bit warm, isn't it? Yeah.
Thank you all for coming and get involved.
Yeah, spread the word. Thank you.